Hello, Skelevaderites. Welcome to episode 15 of Skele's Weekly Weirdo. I'm excited to see that several of you are already in the chat and already watching. So let's have a look. And Cobweb, man, you better be driving safe. I'm glad you're listening in the car, but you better be driving safe. J Mac, thoughts have been buzzing in my head all day about what this could be. I like how you said "be." We shall see. We shall see what it'll be. Oz, I is here. Good, great to see you here. Bobby, fantastic to see you. All right, folks. So now that a few of you are watching, we can jump right in. Did you like my little intro video? I just, on a whim, I just put that together right now. I like it. So what do you think today's weekly weirdo might be? The patrons might know. Excuse me. I'm gonna have a sip of my soda. So I'm excited to talk about today's weekly weirdo because he is one of my favorites. I know that's redundant because I'm going to say that at the beginning of every one of these episodes, and I probably already have. This guy is very special, in my opinion. I really enjoyed him as a kid. I actually had him as a kid. The one I have now that it's a vintage version of this character is not the one I had as a kid, because I don't have any of those. But I did find this particular figure that I'm going to show first. I found it at PowerCon, the last PowerCon that was held in Anaheim, and I had just bought it, and then subsequently ran into Matthew Deutsch, co-host of the Legends of Grayskull podcast, and I had him in my little bag, and I was excited. I didn't have the Deutsch in a little bag. But I had this new figure purchased, and I was excited. I actually got him for a really good deal. I think $5. And he's a Mexican version. So should I just jump into it? All right. MANTENNA. So MANTENNA is one of my, like I said, one of my favorite weirdos. As a kid, the bound legs didn't really bother me. I thought it was kind of a cool design choice. Oz, yeah. Well, it's not Ren, right? Or Stimpy, but it is MANTENNA. I loved the Tex Avery eye bulge. If any of you know old-timey cartoons, you know Tex Avery perfected the eye bulge thing, and they incorporated that in the play feature of this character. I love that the legs were bound together. I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. It made sense. Like, well, how would they make 4 legs on this guy? And I love the colors too: orange, red, black, and blue, and a few, white elements, the teeth and the eyes, but just simple. Oz says, don't forget to hit that like button, folks. So yeah, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you're tuning in, you're like, what the heck is this? Do click that subscribe button. Yeah, JMac, yes, MANTENNA, Motu, and Mattel did give us such great weird figures through the Masters of the Universe line. He is one of the weirdest. He definitely, even as a kid, he reminded me of the Meta Luna mutant, the old-timey monster, and I thought, what a cool thing. And this is toward he came out, right as my interest was kind of tapering off, but man, I loved having this guy. Him and Modulok, I think, were my last 2 figures I got. From the Masters of the Universe line. Captain Biscuit 71 and the Wolf Eyes from Mask, classic Tex Avery. Absolutely, right? I'm glad you know Tex Avery. I had him back in the 80s, the Horde. This is All Music Fan 88. Welcome. The Horde was always so different. I love what they did with Mantenna and Origins. Yes, we're going to get to Mantenna and Origins in a little bit. And so after I got this guy, it was a nice reminder, like, you know what, I think I really do love this character. And so I started looking online for the Filmation version of him that Super 7 put out, and I wasn't able to really find him at a reasonable rate. I'm sure I might be able to find him at a better I haven't looked actually, so that I'm admitting to that. But he might be a better price now, maybe. Um, and Bud's here, welcome. And he's saying he didn't just wake up right now. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. So, what I did do is I went online and I went to Big Bad Toy Store, and Big Bad Toy Store was having a sale. And I think this was a birthday gift, and I sort of like leaked this to my family, and they got him for me. But he even has the bulging eyes thing. Let's see if I can get it to work. Yeah, they kind of. I don't want to break it, but yeah, his eyes do bulge a little bit. There is a little lever on the top of his head. This reaction figure is great. He looks like the Filmation version. And at the same time, he's got the static pose that is something that I love about reaction. And I love this guy, this little 3.75-inch version of Mantenna. And then as time passed, they announced that they would be releasing Mantenna through Origins. And the first thought that I had, along with many of you, I'm sure, was that if they put Mantenna out in Origins, he better have all four legs, because they gave him all four legs in Classics. The Filmation Club Grayskull through Super 7 1 had all four legs. And for me, I missed out on those two. And so, you know, I wanted to move away from the fused legs and finally get him with four legs. And sure enough, Origins really went above and beyond with this particular figure. I do want to take a moment and say, well, first I'm going to say hello to Alf Inflict, welcome. And then Bobby says, love the Filmation shirt. Thanks. Yeah, I just got this in the mail from TeePublic. I got a pretty good deal on it. And then Oz says, yeah, he is one of the best figures. Super unique, super fun. All Music Fan says the four legs came out great for the vintage look. Sure did. He looks amazing. Thanks, J-Mac. I appreciate those bonus points. Thanks, All Music Fan. Yeah. So, I mean, this is ingrained in and if you grew up watching the old cartoon, this is ingrained in us, right? We've talked about it on the Toy Frenzy show, but man, you hear the sound, you picture this, you see this, you know what's coming. So my thoughts on the Origins version of Mantenna are these. Origins is a simple. It's a simple toy line. It's durable. It's playable, and you can play with them, and you can throw them against the wall, and they'll probably not break. But as Origins has evolved, they've been more. I feel like Mattel's been more aggressive in making their figures look more like the vintage figures, while taking certain liberties. And some of those liberties work really well, and some of them maybe not so much. You know, some of us might have mixed feelings about them. But for this particular figure, there should be a nostalgia award, because he meets the nostalgia criteria, but he exceeds the nostalgia criteria by giving us something that we always wanted as kids. I told you I was forgiving. I thought this is fine. It makes sense. And I kind of liked it. It's wonky and weird. I love the wonky, weird things. But in the back of my mind, I always wanted this. And just like I had always wanted to see Merman's face, like it appeared either in the cartoon or on the card back art. And so this is above and beyond. I know I'm not doing a review because everyone in this chat has probably already seen reviews on this guy. But this should have won an award. I think this should have won Mattel an award for honoring the nostalgia and giving us and going above and beyond. Look at those 4 legs. I love this guy. And I've seen people do customs where they give the 4 legs to web store, which I think is brilliant. You know, because we can break it apart, and you can give these 4 legs to any character and then give it a repaint and make it something fun. But yeah, I love it. Let's catch up on the chat here. All Music 88, love it. And Alf Inflict says, all hail the mighty horde. Yeah, I love Mantenna, love Grizzlor, love Shadow Weaver and Hordak, love all those characters. And Oz says Filmation and DIC, yeah, absolutely, were the sounds of my childhood cartoons for sure, for sure. El Tenda, welcome, good to see you. And All Music Fan 88, they went navy blue instead of regular royal blue, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, it's like just as you can see, there's a difference in the shade here, the shade of blue. And they did change the mechanism, which is, I prefer this because you can have the eyes stay out. See, hands free, eyes are staying out. I prefer that, but I like this too. For those of you that don't get your Origins out to play with, part of me feels sorry for you because they're so much fun to play with. Oz says, one of my favorite moments on your channel is seeing you open that live. That's good, thank you. Yeah, well, I had really been waiting for this guy and having a hard time finding him. In fact, I haven't even seen him in the wild yet. Which is crazy. If I ever see him in the wild, I think I'll pick up an extra one, keep him in the box. I may have even said that when I opened him live. El Tenda, oh yeah. So yeah, El Tenda has been pumping out some content, and you know who else has been pumping out content? Cobweb too. His first few videos reviewing the newest wave of Masterverse figures are just awesome. He covers the gamut of things that need to be covered in those review videos. I do want to say that in anticipation of perhaps a Masterverse release of Mantenna, I'm cool with them. You know, he's part of the Princess of Power cartoon, so I would be cool with him being more akin to the Filmation style. Like the Grizzlor that just came out is more in line with the Filmation style of that Grizzlor. We've gotten, you know, toy Grizzlor and crazy looking toy version of Grizzlor and classics along with the Filmation, the 2000X style head. And we've gotten the Filmation style Grizzlor from Super 7, but it's kind of nice to have this Masterverse version of him. But I'm long-winded here. I'm going too long on this, but I do want to say I hope that part of me hopes that if they do enter into the Filmation territory with Mantenna, I'd be happy with it. But what I really want to see is more of a new Eternia version of Mantenna, and get this ferocious version of Mantenna with those eyes. I can imagine like them using translucent red plastic for those eyes to give them a kind of translucency. I like the rigidity of his exoskeleton, especially in the rib area, very sharp edges there, and the giant terrifying mouth. Some part of me, I know we're probably not going to get it, This is a great book, by the way. If you can find it out there, get it. And I got lucky and won one of those from the Legends of Grayskull podcast. So I think I want to see a new Eternia Mantenna. Mattel, if you're listening, if you give us the Filmation style Mantenna, cool. But down the line, it would be great to get a new Eternia Mantenna. Aaron, approximately been 5 minutes, but that was a long 5 minutes. That's hilarious. The nightmare fuel that is the Horde. Yeah, especially they're nightmarish in the preliminary artwork or the concept sketches. Filmation, the pill is easier to swallow. They're not quite as scary, although Shadow Weaver is pretty menacing. I love Shadow Weaver in the cartoon, but yeah, Bobby, if I ever have the opportunity to snag another one down the line, I'll send it your way. Yeah, Bud, you do need to listen to Legends of Grayskull. Oh, you need to listen to their new theme song. Yeah, it's pretty good. And go back to the beginning of this episode. I put in a new theme song to the beginning of my little Skelevator intro. So with that being said, if you are interested in I got them in a plastic bag here. If you're interested in a Toy Frenzy sticker, and if you would like a painting by me, a little painting by me, feel free to go down below and click on the Patreon for this channel, and for $3 a month, you can have access to early episodes of the Cambridge and Washawn podcast, and access to exclusive discussion boards, as well as you get a little gift from me at the beginning, and I'm contemplating ways of giving gifts throughout your tenure as a Patreon. So yeah, do consider that. And also, since you're all here watching, there's 12 of you watching right now. That's awesome. I want to convince you all to stick around in the YouTube verse until 4 o'clock. I am premiering episode or stage 7 of the Snake Mountain build, and it's a longer one, a longer video, because it's actually about 2 weekends worth of work, and I think it turned out pretty good. It's really coming along. Stick around for that, folks. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, please do so. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave your comments below. I love seeing your information in the chat. And as Bud says here, 12 viewers and 7 likes, smash that like. Yeah, go ahead. And it's awesome. Let's get up to 12 likes. Let's do that. There's 12 of you out there. Like. I know you're still watching too. And Oz says, those build videos are so much fun to see your process. Thank you. If you go through and you watch all 6.5 episodes, it's kind of an immersive experience, because I'm not rushing. I mean, they're like speedy videos, but because there's 6.5 stages so far, and now there's going to be 7 stages, even though those time-lapse snippets are go by pretty fast, you're seeing pretty much every single step to me making this homemade Snake Mountain playset. I'm real excited at where it's going to, and how it's turning out. So yeah, hit the like button. Also click on the bell icon to get notifications for future stuff. I did just post that the build video will launch, or stage 7 will launch at 4 p.m. Let's keep it going, folks. He won't stop till it's at least 12. Yeah, okay. So Oz, let me know. I don't have the other screen up, so I can't tell who's actually clicking the like buttons yet. But yeah, let me know if we get up to 12. That would be awesome. I'm getting really close to 4,000 public watch hours. I think that's how the phrase is. So it's kind of amazing. I didn't think that I'd get there, but I'm getting close to being able to monetize the channel, which is just mind blowing to me. Mind blowing. Payne's toy samples. Aaron says, I already caressed the like button, hitting it. And oh, thanks, Eltenda. Can't wait for the video. Yeah, it's pretty good. It'll be fun. Cobb is driving, so it might have to be 11. That's true. That's true, bud. Yeah, Cobb, don't try and click a like button while you're driving, please. Please be safe. Hey, Night One, good to see you. I just finished watching the old Mystery of Manny Faces episode. He really is an interesting character with some depth. Yeah, Manny Faces is awesome, and I keep waiting to see. I'm one that I will order my figures online, but I'm one to prefer seeing them on the shelf so I can pick and choose the better paint job. That's just my thing, and also it's a different feeling of finding a figure on the shelf. And Manny Faces, the new Masterverse, new Eternia version of him, I'm really, really interested in finding that on the shelf. So if any of you start to see him showing up, I mean, Shadow Weaver and Sorceress have been showing up, but I think people are snagging those Manny Faces just left and right before I even get into the store. Oz says 9. All right, all right. Well, yeah, that's hilarious. So, folks, I'm going to go ahead and close up shop, but I do want to say thank you all so much for being here, listening to me talk about MANTENNA. And hey, we reached 11, so that's great. Thank you all so much. That's awesome. 11 likes. So I just talked about MANTENNA, one of my favorite characters. Obviously, he's crazy looking. He's super weird. And I love my vintage version of him. He's in pretty good shape. His eyes are a little scratched up, but he's in good shape. And All Music Fan says up to 12. That's fantastic. Thank you all, everybody. What a great way to spend my Sunday afternoon. You're all awesome. I want to say thanks so much to the patrons of this channel, but also thank you so much to everybody who just tunes in and watches. I really appreciate that. There's quite a few out there that watch this channel. I don't know who you are, but I really appreciate you being here. Always feel free to send a comment or send an email my way. And if you're building stuff, I'm always interested to see what you're building. Send me a message through Instagram or through Facebook, or email me. The email is down below. And if you want a little sticker, you want a painting, you want access to certain Skelevator things and Toy Frenzy things, then do join the Patreon down below. And oh my goodness, and Slice of Life Gaming, great to see you. 13, thank you so much. And thanks, bud. Yeah, he just has cataracts. That's all it is. Yeah, thank you all so much for being here. And oh, okay. So Slice of Life Gaming, your other channel is the World Figure. I see. Okay, cool. Putting it together. All right, that's awesome. And Play Motu the game. Welcome to it. Nice to see you here. Good to see you. I'm actually just closing up shop, but if you are wanting to continue the Skelevator energy, then in a half an hour or half hour, 35 minutes really, on this channel, I'm going to be premiering my stage 7 of my custom Snake Mountain build. Please feel free to tune in and watch that. I'd really appreciate having you all there. There will be a live chat going along with that one, because it's been a 2-week wait for that video. I thought maybe I'll do a live one. So yeah, tune in for that at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. And Captain Biscuit 71, big bottle of Visine. Hey, Visine is one of my friends, man. Especially this time of year, my eyes get really affected by the pollen and stuff. And thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, that's great. So you've got both of your channels going right now. That's awesome. And that's a great Hulk and Spider-Man image too, the World Figure. Thank you. All right. Yes, and hit that bell icon too, folks. Get those reminders. I don't post as much as other people on YouTube, but I try to post 1 or 2 videos a week, um, and sometimes less, sometimes more. But lately, since I've been working on this Snake Mountain, I try to put out, you know, an extra. I do the weekly weirdo, and then I try and put out that extra build video too. Everybody, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here. Yes, it is epic, for sure. Thank you so much for being here. And remember, do the YouTube things. You're all doing it, and I appreciate you all. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next video. Let's see if I can do a slow goodbye. Oh, also, uh, uh, please be sure and tune in this Thursday night for the next episode of Toy Frenzy. We're going to be talking about some obscure Masters of the Universe comics, and we have a very special guest, Joe Amato, joining us. So it's going to be all 5 boys plus Joe Amato, and so it'll be fun, and we're really looking forward to it. Thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.